Yeah. Some wounds don't bleed where everybody can see. Some pain gets buried underneath the smile. You can lose people, lose dreams, lose pieces of yourself, and still wake up asking how to make it another mile. Yeah. He learned early that a promise can break, that a crowded room can still leave a person alone. He carried old memories like weight in the coat, kept every word that he wished he could take back home. Yeah. They saw the lights, but never saw the nights. He counted every loss, then counted every reason to keep one more dream breathing when the hope had died. Some faces became photographs, some names became prayers. He wanted answers, but life gave him silence, so he learned to stand without an answer. The road took pieces, but it gave him a lesson. You can't heal a wound by pretending it ain't there. So he stopped hiding every crack in his heart and started carrying his truth like a weight he could bear. Some wounds never heal, they just teach you how to feel. Some nights never leave, but morning still makes you breathe. When everything is gone, you find out what keeps you strong. Some wounds never heal, they just fade into the skin. Some battles never end, but you learn how to begin. He lost what he loved, watched his whole world change. Stood in the middle of the storm while the memories remain. Some wounds never heal, but he kept moving on. Carried every scar beneath the light of another dawn. They asked him how he smiled when the pain was so real. He said, I learned to keep walking with the wounds I couldn't heal. There were days when the phone stayed quiet, when the people he trusted suddenly felt far away. He remembered every laugh from a different season, then wondered why tomorrow couldn't feel like yesterday. He had dreams written down in the back of his mind, but grief kept reaching for the pen in his hand. Every setback became part of the story. He learned that strength is never falling, and courage isn't pretending that you're never afraid. Sometimes strength is getting out of bed when the heart is exhausted and the light feels delayed. Courage is saying I miss them without letting the memory pull you under. Healing means carrying love forward while accepting some chapters have no overcome. He stopped asking why the road had been cruel and started asking what the pain can teach. Not every scar needs to disappear to heal. Some wounds never heal, they just fade into the skin. Some battles never end, but you learn how to begin. He lost what he loved, watched his whole world change. Stood in the middle of the storm while the memories remain. Some wounds never heal, but he kept moving on. Carried every scar beneath the light of another dawn. They asked him how he smiled when the pain was so real. He said, I learned to keep walking with the wounds I couldn't heal. You could hear the thoughts behind his silence. You know the quiet wasn't weakness. He fought wars nobody could witness, learning to rise every time he would fall. He kept the love, released the anger, kept the lessons and let bitterness go. There were people he would never forget, but he still had somewhere left to grow. So when the night came back with familiar shadows, he didn't run and he didn't surrender. He breathed through the ache until sunrise, reminding himself that broken isn't forever. Now he walks with a different kind of patience. Every cut the past disappears, but because he understood his scars were proof he survived what tried to leave him behind. He doesn't need to hide every tear. He can remember the people he lost and still be grateful for today. Every sunrise becomes a quiet promise. Every heartbeat says there is more to become. The road may be heavy, the future uncertain, but he refuses to believe his story is done. He carries the names that matter with honor, keeps their memories alive in his choices. He turns sorrow into something worth building, turns hard lessons into strength. And if somebody asks what kept him alive, he won't give them a perfect answer or a speech. He'll say I had pain I could never erase, but I kept moving toward the life I could still reach. Some wounds never heal, they just fade into the skin. Some battles never end, but you learn how to begin. He lost what he loved, watched his whole world change. Stood in the middle of the storm while the memories remain. Some wounds never heal, but he